Now, I get asked the question quite a lot. How do you improve your aim on controller? What are some techniques and tips that you can do across multiple games that will help me hit more targets and hit more of my shots? Now, in this video I want to go over a few things that I learned when I first started out playing on controller, and a few things that I've learned on individual games, mainly on Battlefield, but a few that can help on other games such as Apex and COD, and maybe even Valorant if you play those. Now, one of the big things in those games, and connects all of those games together, is crosshair placement. Now, with crosshair placement, it works differently in many games, from Valorant, from pre-aiming a corner, to COD, to just waiting for someone to run into your crosshair. Battlefield is generally a mix of both, so I thought I'd show you on quite a popular map, which is Operation Underground, which most of you will recognise, some others will not. Now with crosshair placement in Battlefield, you get a lot of staircases, or a vertical stuff like this. Now what you want to do is generally, you just want to practice aiming up at where an enemy might be. So normally you get enemies that camp here, or they'd camp here. It's something you want to practice, get ready for aiming for. This is something you could do in a private server or even a public one as well. You want to just practice getting used to your crosshair being there, or when you run around a corner it's here first and then up to here. For example, some of you may run around a corner like this, which you don't want to do, because then you have to adjust your aim quite fast and quite panicky, and then that's when you end up going astray or not enough. So it's just something that you can quickly practice doing around the staircase, and it's relatively easy to do. It doesn't take much time. You can do it around general normal corners. And as you'll notice, what I'm doing here is I have my crosshair generally at a chest to head level. So when you walk around corners, you want your crosshair to be generally on the middle of your screen. There are exceptions to this with Call of Duty where people do slide around corners quite a lot. So sometimes it's best to have your crosshair around stomach to chest level. So if they do slide around the corner, you'll get ready to headshot them. But in most cases, in games like Valorant, CSGO, and even COD and Apex, and Battlefield, you want your crosshair to be at chest head level. So when you come round, you're already aiming at them, instead of coming around the corner like this, and you having to aim up. This is just a general little drill you can do quite often to get ready for this, and it's something that everyone should be practicing, as crosshair placement can sometimes let you get the first shot on an enemy, which is key in most gunfights in a lot of FPSs. Now, of course, with crosshair placement, there are many ways to train this, but this is one of the key things, and probably one of the fastest ways to learn and get it instilled within your brain. There are multiple spots you can use this on many different games, and I'd recommend just running around different corners of the maps, which also helps you learn the maps and maybe a few spots along the way as well. Now, another thing that you can do to instantly improve your aim on a controller is something called left stick aiming. This helps in terms of tracking an enemy backwards and forwards in games like Apex. In Call of Duty, just generally tracking a target running in one direction, just like Battlefield, or even an enemy counter-strafing you as well. Now I'm going to go over a drill that you can do on poles, trees, even just any object in the game that will help you drastically improve your tracking, while also learning how to do left stick aiming along the way and learning certain weapon strafe speeds in different games. Now, we're back on everyone's favourite map, Operation Underground. Now this drill for left stick aiming and general strafing will help you get in the habit of moving and aiming and shooting at the same time, and it's something that is easily doable on any object like a pole, tree or car. Now what you want to do is you want to aim at this pole, and you just want to strafe and try and keep your aim on the pole at once. You can do a full circle around the pole, or you can switch up and go back in the other direction. Now I know this is a stationary target, but it's something that will help you learn to come on target while also moving and strafing at the same time. Now if you want to get advanced on the stationary target, you can start shooting, and this will help you do recoil, strafing, and left stick aiming all in one. And then once you do this, it's a little bit difficult in terms of Battlefield to learn this on a moving target, but it is something that you'll get used to in the future, and something that you should always prepare with on a stationary target, just to get used to the habit of strafing and aiming at the same time. Now, in terms of left stick aiming, there are multiple other ways that will help you improve that, and one of those ways is bots. Now, Battlefield unfortunately doesn't have something that you can consistently set up bots with, where they continuously spawn in, but there is something called combined arms. Now obviously Call of Duty has custom matches, which you can do those and just set up a bot lobby where they constantly spawn in, which is obviously a huge advantage. But something like this can help you improve both your left stick and right stick aiming while generally being aware of what you're actually doing and helping you control recoil, which I have another video on as well. But also, like I said, practice your other key elements like crosshair placement. Though the last tip is something that I like to call, and the community likes to call as well, is tracing. The combined arms and bot lobbies is something that I just didn't want to pass up and wanted to explain to you how it can help you improve the points that we've gone over already. Now, something like combined arms and a bot lobby can help you improve both your movement, recoil control, your centering and crosshair placement, along with your left stick and strafing. Now this is something that you should play on the regular if you're looking to improve your aim, maybe once before you start your daily session, or once before you start playing for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, along with the drills that I've mentioned beforehand. It's a place where you can actually play the game, play people that shoot back at you, that move in weird positions, that move in different ways, instead of stationary targets like poles. Like I said, it also helps you improve your movement and how you can use it to dodge bullets around the environmental objects that are around you, such as bridge structures, doorways and stairwells, while also helping, like I said, improve your centering and crosshair placement with those enemies. Now, if you have questions on how you want to expand upon this in terms of the bots, what you can do, please let me know in the comments, and this is something that I'll try answer. But now I thought I would go on to the next tip that many in the community and I like to call tracing, which can help you actually improve your right stick aiming a whole lot more. But once again, it is something that you should do on stationary objects such as buildings, as it'll help you get used to you actually moving your right stick a significant amount. Now, tracing is something that you can do in multiple games, and it's generally something that I only do on Battlefield. Now I'm here on the practice range, and it's simply how it sounds, is tracing. You trace the edge of a building, and it just helps you get used to actually moving your right stick a significant amount of what you're actually normally used to. You can do this on any building like I'm doing right now. You can also throw in you actually strafing a little bit while doing it as well, which will help, like I said, your actual strafing movement and some of your left stick aiming as well. Now you can do this, like I said, on any game possible. You could do this on COD in a bot lobby. You could do this on Battlefield, how I'm doing right now. Or you can do this on, I think, the shooting range in Apex on the giant cliff that's in front of you. But like I said, it's useful for actually getting your thumb used to moving and putting in input that you may not be used to, such as verticality and diagonal movement. There are settings which help for this, which I've also done a video on in the past if you want to check that out. But if you have any questions on actual tracing and how it can impact your gameplay, or why it would be useful, let me know and I can expand upon it in the comments, as you could do a whole separate video on it by itself. But hopefully you find the last tip useful, and like I said, trace away. So, now that we've gone over crosshair placement, left stick aiming and strafing, along with tracing, hopefully you'll be able to practice these over multiple hours and actually improve your aim on controller. Let me know if you actually end up doing these and whether or not it helps improve you, and also if you have any questions how you can further these examples and the improvements that you make in the comments below. Feel free to leave a like if you wish, but overall, thank you for watching the video, thanks for your view. Hopefully you found the video informative and actually will help you improve. But until the next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace.